First of all, let's start this off with a bit of a time frame. Even though the first working prototype computer was built in 1832, in Canada it wasn't until the introduction of the personal computer to small businesses, homes, and schools in the 1980s that these machines began to have a large impact on society. On November 12, 1990, a proposal was published by Tim Berners-Lee. Inside the proposal was the internet as we know it today, the World Wide Web. Since that day, almost every single service that previously existed was transferred onto or linked to the internet. Communication, writing, research, and education are four of the biggest industries that were changed, but what was created directly for the internet was far greater. After the World Wide Web was created in 1990, everything just spiraled from there. Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, Snapchat, and Google are some of the biggest today. Think of everything you do throughout the day that uses the internet. You get up, check Instagram and Snapchat at breakfast, you walk to the bus, check Instagram and Snapchat again on the bus, you get to school, log onto the school Wi-Fi, and check social media again. In class, you log onto the laptops and start your work. After school, you watch Netflix or YouTube in the evening. We use the internet almost constantly throughout the day, even if you might not realize it. So now, imagine if all of that just suddenly disappeared. All the social media, all the video platforms, Google. You get up, you have nothing to do while eating breakfast, ride the bus without any music, social media, or games. You get to school, go to English class, go to a library after school to take out books to do research for your project, and then write it down on a sheet of lined paper. When you get home, you have no Netflix, no YouTube, just what happened to be on TV at that exact time, or a movie you bought from the store. We now know how the introduction of computers and the internet changed society as a whole, but I wanted to go further than that. I wanted to hear how it influenced someone who lived through it personally, so I interviewed my dad. How did the introduction of the World Wide Web affect you?
Well, of course, everything's a lot faster than it used to be when I was younger. But I think the biggest thing is that everybody's got all the information of the world right in their hands. It used to be people had to know things, they had to memorize things in order to understand, in order to be successful. You don't have to do that anymore. You've got everything right on your phone. So what's important is you have to understand how to gain information and how to understand what's reliable and what's not. I mean, that's the whole era of fast news or fake news. Everybody can go out there and express an opinion and be a news site. What you need to do is to be able to judge how to decide what information is worthwhile and what's reliable, what's not. And honestly, I don't think we're there yet.
I wrote this script using the internet. I made this video using the internet. I recorded this voiceover using the internet. It's hard to imagine that life entirely without all of these things that we take for granted and are such a big part of our lives now was only 29 years ago.